You're watching the Tesla Life live with your host, Mark Coughlin.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tesla Life number 444, New Year's Eve 2025. Welcome one, welcome all. We're about just short of 5 hours from the big event here on the East Coast. Patrick will ring in the New Year 3 hours later, but the East Coast is
3 years later.
Yeah.
What's it like in the future, you guys?
Exactly.
Well, we should ask our friend Anders. He's already there.
That's true. Yeah. Europe has already experienced it, right? Like there's 5 time zones between Europe and North America. So
yeah. The pretty much the last of them, GMT there, they well, it's not the last of them, but the last major one, GMT, they've got theirs. So
it's interesting watching.
Right now, we're being broadcast in the future, in next year.
It's interesting watching your X feed in the morning, watching New Zealand and Australia already in the new year as soon as you wake up. So it's a new year happening all across the world from this morning on. So,
but they love worldwide launches of embargoed hardware because they get to have it unboxed, reviewed, X-rayed, torn down, and everything before we even wake up over here.
There's a nice little loophole.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, Lee Moon's in the chat. How you doing, Lee? Thanks so much for joining us.
Happy New Year, Lee.
Yes, indeed. If you're out there, please send us a little hello and where you're watching from. That'd be nice to see. With that said, let's get into the news of the week. And we
no, we got to do our introductions of your.
That's old hack, but go ahead. Patrick Connor joins us from the West Coast. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm good. Hello, Tesla Nation. And the reason I stopped you is I need to apologize for this fan noise. It started just before the show, and I didn't want to tear apart my computer to fix it. So I don't know if you can hear it, but it's pretty loud here in the room. I tried blowing it out, no luck. So I'll see what I can do for next week. But in other news, I went for my first drive with FSD 14.2.2.2. And the drive there was flawless, even into the parking spot. I'm actually getting several zero intervention drives now, which is something I haven't been able to say with other versions before 14. And the only problem was getting out of the parking lot. The parking lot was pretty crowded, and where I was at, it ended up turning, and it was too sharp to not go into the other lane, and it got stuck. And anyway, so one intervention there, but then after that, it was flawless getting home the rest of the way. It even handled this 4-way stop where one of the drivers obviously had no clue what they were doing, and it handled that fine. So it is still a little slow at stop signs, and sometimes it'll take make a second unnecessary complete stop, which they've still got some things to work out, but it didn't have any of the stuttering that I've had with earlier versions of 14, so that was nice to see. So definitely making some progress.
There you go.
Very good.
Yeah. So, my FSD experience for the week was it's very human-like when it gets to a stop sign. Like if there's other people, it doesn't want to stop; it wants to coast. But when it gets to the stop bar, it does that NHTSA stop. 0, count it out. Look at me. I'm stopped. Don't mess with me. Let's get going.
Which is not very human-like.
not at all. I've almost been bumped a couple times because of it, and which is odd because that is still a proper stop. So you would expect that nobody would bump you, but whatever. It came in handy the other day though. There was a cop just doing their thing, just looking for issues, and it was doing these perfect stops. So somebody else was the target.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah. It's 12 dot whatever we're on is not 14. Not as our friend Kyle interviewed this fine gentleman who did not just coast to coast, but like several loops through the country on FSD only without any intervention whatsoever. We came to a road that has a trucking depot on it, but it's in a poorer part of the town, so it doesn't get the road maintenance that it should. Even though they know there's a truck depot there, and that if they would just do it right the first time, they wouldn't have to keep doing it every single year. Anyway, so to get on this street now to the at this point in time, you have to go all the way to the other lane, make your turn as hard as you can, and then you're good to go. But this time there was somebody in that other lane because they were coming out to make a left, to make a left because it's a T intersection, and if you make a right, it's got a branch, and so you're good. But anyway, so they were coming up to the stop sign, make a left, and so it couldn't cut weird to avoid the pothole. And I think last year it was a manhole cover that was just sharp and exposed on the edge because they expect to be embedded in asphalt, not sticking up out of the ground. Anyway, the car couldn't make that turn, and it sails on past it. Then it tries, not tries, but it thinks about it for a second. You could feel it slow and the wheel twist to try and go up the exit ramp. The little don't do that. And so then it says, okay, let's just keep on going down. So you can see that the map has already decided we've missed it. We're going to the next turn. You'll be fine. But FSD is still looking for. I see these might connect. That's like I just push the accelerator and it's just like let's do what the map says and you'll be fine. So not quite as smooth as 14, but it didn't. Previously, it would have stopped like hard and then made a mess of the person trying to turn left rather than like, oh, I missed my turn. Or actually, would if you have the voice turned on, first it would blame you for missing the turn. I'm like, you missed the turn. You let me miss the turn.
I find it funny when I'm back when I have it on FSD. And it starts backing out, and you get the cross traffic warning. I'm like, "You're the one driving. Why are you telling me to look at it?"
Exactly. I gave you the control to take a look yourself. Don't pin this on me, as Casey says.
Exactly. And I did find that the cross traffic warnings aren't just in the back anymore. I don't remember exactly how it happened. If it was my side or the front, but there was somebody that was not in the repeater camera area. And it was beeping at me, and was like, again, that's all on you. I wasn't going to hit him. I'm turning the other direction. Mm-hmm. And this was not just because the one of the ultrasonic sensors on my car is just pushed in like a bubble wrap. That's a whole nother issue. But at one point, Elon had said that if you get into a crash and your sensors are damaged, they would replace your bumper with one without ultrasonics. I don't know if that was just Elon talking or if that was legit, but I will back up and say that that FSD really does not use ultrasonics if they're giving it garbage.
Right.
But they're still there, and it will use them if they're functioning. Yeah.
And that, of course, was Mr. Casey Green joining us from the Mid-Atlantic.
Indeed.
Let's get on to the news of the week.
Let's do it.
Just before this New Year's Eve gets into celebration.
Are those new lights behind you there, Mark?
Oh, there might be some. Yep.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, in the wheel covers, yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Had to drill through the house to get them there, but I don't think that's a problem, really.
Nope.
No.
Totally worth it.
Speaking of drilling through the house, I did it a couple times. We got the Starlink hooked up, and we got not that Starlink wasn't hooked up, but now Starlink is hooked up permanently, and we put a hole in the kitchen for the 3D printer / laser burner / my wife's maker studio, and today there was burnt bacon, or actually faking, but it's an 8-inch fan in the side of the wall straight out the house. It's pretty cool.
Mark is a nice Canadian, but he's going to get mad eventually if we keep not letting him get to his story. So go ahead, Mark.
Well, we've got this to share with you this week, and this is 9 million Tesla vehicles are now manufactured and on the roads.
They're missing some zeros.
Yeah, I only see 900.
Yeah. Now, can you figure out why there's only 900 in the photo? I figured out why that is.
Either they're covering it up, or they ran out of helium, and then China wouldn't let them borrow the fixed one.
Are the rest of them
or Germany
part of the license plate number or something on the car?
No. Oh. My guess is that the 4 wheels on the car are the extra 4 zeros needed.
It's a stretch, but I like it. It's cute. It's cute.
And they've angled it too. They've angled the car a little bit so that the zeros would kind of show up in a row. Not completely in a row because obviously the front back.
Yeah. So who had the fixed display? Was it Germany or China?
The one that was lights?
Yeah, the last milestone.
That was Germany.
Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, it didn't get here in time. That's all.
Yeah. So, and you can see that there's that tunnel of lights, I believe, over to the right-hand side of the picture.
Yeah. So this is Texas?
So I'm not sure if it's Texas. I'm not sure. Or is it Shanghai?
Zoom in on the people.
It might be.
The demographics of those two sites might be a little different.
That's what I was getting at there.
The demographics of this photo are definitely Chinese.
Okay. Yeah. Because I was gonna say we can narrow it down to Germany, Shanghai, or America.
Yeah.
Well,
Just
still
by looking at the faces.
Yeah, I mean, this is their global deliveries, right?
Yeah.
Production, 9 million. That's incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't too long ago that the only EVs you could get were compliance cars or low production, high price. So this is great progress. I'm really happy to see this. Tesla's the number one EV maker in the world. There's BYD and some others that are 2 and 3, but Tesla's by far number one. So that's awesome. And we need, still we need millions more. Millions more. There's a lot of cars out there that need to be replaced. Those tailpipes need to go away. Those gas guzzlers need to be retired. Bye-bye clunkers.
And unfortunately, a lot of the competitions decided they wanted to do e-revs instead. So you guys remember how long ago it was when they hit number 100?
100 or 1 million? 100.
The Model S hadn't even started yet.
Oh my gosh.
Roadster.
Yeah. But it wasn't year 1 either.
Was that year 2?
It was either 2 or the beginning of 3.
Okay. Because they were building them by hand at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Who Killed the Electric Car? They have some great scenes of them assembling them and how they're having just big failures and cars that can't deliver, and they have to try to get new parts and fix things before they can deliver them because they think they're done with them and then they're not. And it was a uphill climb for sure.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah, it was interesting seeing some of those behind the scenes meetings where they were saying, they had a meeting for the Roadster people that had a reservation in, and they were trying to tell them that the price had gone up beyond their reservation amount, and that was a dicey meeting. But
and they have to repeat it again.
Yeah. There was a lot of road bumps along the way, for sure.
Yeah. One of the funny parts in that was the guy doing the documentary, Chris Payne, I think was his name.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, he had a Roadster reservation, and they're going through and they find this car that's having these problems, and they're talking about the problems, and he goes, "That's my car." And then Musk turns to him and says, "Oh, I really love that color." They stopped talking about the problems and how beautiful it was. Boom, he just changed gears. That was funny.
Oh man, yeah, fun stuff. Speaking of FSD, earlier in the show, this article came out this week, and it's a bit of a milestone for Germany. FSD services have launched in Germany under what they call a Shuttle program.
Shuttle pod.
And this is a program that is going to be used in the outside of the metropolitan areas. So it's going to be more of a rural situation, and it will be supervised FSD. There will be a safety driver in the seat. Not sure if it'll be the seat or the driver's seat. We'll see. But this particular program is a first for Germany, where they're allowing an autonomous vehicle on the road to ferry people back and forth from rural locations to major bus routes, train stations, destination points as well. But this is kind of like a new plan for them to help mobility outside of the city centers and help connect those people to major transportation systems, kind of like a last mile type delivery system for people that are not well connected with bus routes or with train stations and such. So this was kind of interesting, and it's Tesla is lucky to get on this because, of course, it allows them to showcase the FSD in Europe, in Germany, and if it works well for them, the Germans will probably have a lot more confidence in pushing it out beyond just a rural transportation system.
Yeah, from the way the article phrases it, they put the FSD supervised. It makes it sound like it's going to be just like they have it in California, where Tesla employee is behind the wheel and FSD is doing the driving. But your description there reminded me of a video documentary I watched in a meeting that ran long and no longer involved me. It was on in the background, and they were talking about these feeder trains in Japan, where they said basically if you see a single train car just off by itself doing its thing, or if you see like a train that consists of 3 cars or less, these are to get you to and from rural feeder stops into was it the Shini, the high speed train. And this sounds like that, especially with Tesla having their own, commuter train. Like, hey, we can get you out from the farmland, boom, into the commuter train, and then back again the other way at the end of your shift.
Yeah, this is great, and I think they're smart about where they're putting it, because in Germany and in a lot of Europe, there is great public transportation, but that doesn't mean it always provides last mile service for everybody. You have to get to those hubs where you can then use the existing system. So yeah, first mile, last mile, that's a. In fact, so last week we talked about the Tesla RoboTaxi tracker service. I was looking at it this morning and just looking at the recent rides, and they were most of them under 2 miles. I saw one that was 6 miles, but most of them were just about a mile. So yeah, this is the door-to-door service is what allows the rest of the mobility system to work.
Yeah, and that was something they went over in this doc. They were like, it was ridership drops or worse, because the lines were laid back after World War II, and it's hella expensive to lay rail. That if they have a natural disaster like an earthquake or volcanic activity or anything like that that destroys the lines, they can't afford to replace them. So these towns become isolated, and then they interviewed a train operator, and she was lamenting that, oh yeah, you've got your cars, but that adds to traffic, this, that, and the other. This could bridge that a little bit, where they've got an aging population that you don't want driving, and if you do have those little gaps in the line of 2 kilometers where they can't afford to build the line back, you can have just a train of robots just ferrying people back and forth between the 2 actual stops, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, or even if it's like even from house to transportation hub.
Yeah.
If you're out in the country a little bit, there's going to be less traffic coming into those major hubs, and of course you're not going beyond the major hubs into the real density of the city, because the normal transit system will take it from there. So it's kind of a bridging type thing that will be probably highly useful for people that are coming in from rural areas.
Yeah, and there's probably not a lot of congestion out in those rural areas, so it's not a big problem to add a few cars to that.
Yeah, to add a few automated cars to that, no. But to add some human-driven cars, yes. And worse, to add some people who shouldn't be driving because of their advanced aging. Not that old people can't drive, but these people their families took the keys away for a reason. So
yeah.
Best to keep the keys away.
I hope it's working before that happens to me.
Right?
Yep. That's my whole goal with automation.
A few more of us in the chat room. We got Derek has joined us. Anders wishes us a happy new year because he's living in the future, of course.
Yeah. Hi, Brian.
And we've got, who else? JT is in the crowd. We've got RC and Brian from Futuraza has joined as well. So hello, everyone, and Happy New Year to all of you.
Happy New Year, yeah.
And if you haven't said hello yet in the chat room, go ahead, say hello. Okay, let us know you're out there.
Oh, man. So if Brian gets a Powerwall, they can't even take his Tesla app from him.
Take his phone, take his key cards.
No, I need to control the battery. Oh, no, snuck by on that one.
Next, Patrick's got a story about Model Y and milestone there, too.
Woody woot.
Okay, we were talking about worldwide events like the New Year going around the globe. We've got another global event here that we want to talk about. From Drive Tesla Canada, it's titled Tesla Model Y is the world's best-selling car for the third straight year, by friend of the show, Darren John. So Tesla and Musk have announced on X that the Model Y is the world's best-selling car for the third year in a row. And to be clear, this is not just the best-selling EV. This is the best-selling vehicle, period. Model Y first claimed this crown of global number one in 2023. They sold approximately 1.2 million units, surpassing longtime leaders like the Toyota Corolla and RAV4. And this made it the first battery electric vehicle to ever have the top seat globally. In 2024, again, with similar volumes, they were number one, narrowly beating competitors out that year. And now, while we don't have the final audited numbers for 2025, Musk believes that the data he's seeing behind the scenes puts Y on top of the standings for the third year in a row. The Model Y has led global sales 23, 24, 25. That's a remarkable feat since it's only been in production since 2020. And for 2025, it's especially remarkable because this is the year they rolled out the refreshed Juniper Model Y. So that means they had to take this redesign and launch it in factories across the globe, Shanghai, Berlin, Fremont, Austin, all the places where it's manufactured, and orchestrate that overhaul for a swift transition, allowing seamless upgrade cycles worldwide, deliveries flowing without a significant production gap. And we did see some quarters where it was low, but they quickly solved that and ramped it and got it going again. So there we go. Awesome year for EVs.
Not to exclude the first quarter. Oh man, that Juniper launch really felt like a blast from the past, as Brian was talking about here in his comment. Unbelievable sales achievement. Was just short. It was slipped for a year due to retooling delays.
Well, think about getting all of the factories up and running with Juniper, and all of the hurdles they had to overcome in order to get it back up to volume in a quick fashion. Again, to claim this title, we don't have the numbers yet. Probably be out next week. We'll get it with the regular amount of numbers that come out at the end of the quarter, which will be end of the year. And it'll be interesting to see how much was it a close call, or was it did they run away with it again like the first year that they achieved this goal? We'll have to see.
Agreed. Brian's telling Lee, how do you make the best-selling car stay on top? Make it better and don't increase the price. I agree with that.
Oh, yeah. And we'll see, hopefully, Model Y going global this year. That'll certainly boost some sales if there are people who are like, no, it's not quite big enough. Well, now there's another option for them.
Oh, the Model Y L.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. What did I say?
Model Y. I was like, what?
Model Y L. Yeah.
Yes, I agree. I think, especially after listening to Kyle's explanations on Model X Palladium 3, he's got points. They hurt a little bit as an OG driver who would welcome a Plaid 3, but he's not wrong. Model Y is like way cheaper for most of the same experience and most of the size, except for the towing. But then you've got Cybertruck, which is, like I've always said, a fat Model Y that can tow a lot and go fast. So,
indeed. Yeah. So this will be interesting when we see the full numbers out. But obviously, Elon wanted to get that information out before the end of the year because he was being shown. Obviously, he's got his finger on the pulse of sales more than anyone else because he gets the direct data. So it will be interesting to see what those numbers actually end up being. And of course, next year, which is a few hours away, we will be able to get into the actual numbers and our guesses that happened last year. And we'll open up the guest book again for the 2026 season. So we'll keep in mind what your guess might be for that period of time next year. So start thinking about that out there. Next, this was kind of interesting. We have been seeing cybercabs on the road, usually in pairs in Austin, as they're driving around doing some testing. But this little news story came out about a two-tiered cleaning fee for RoboTaxis.
Yeah, I last kind of did an aside about there being a fee, and now there's two of them. There's the general, you had muddy shoes, and you dropped some papers, you shouldn't have done that. You had a dirty slob. And then there's, oh my goodness, there's bio waste in the car, or you were trying to smoke. And that's going to be, what they say, $150 instead of just $50?
Yeah, the moderate is $50. The second fee for severe messes is $150.
Yeah, but you knew if you did yak in the car, so...
So they cover a moderate mess as being something that applies to food spills, significant dirt, minor stains, essentially out of an ordinary mess that could probably have been avoided. Yeah. The second fee covers the mass messes, which, as Casey mentioned, includes bio waste, smoking inside a vehicle, but also other severe messes as well.
Yeah. These are right in line with what Uber was charging when I was Uber driving. I don't know if they've raised the rates since then, but they had the one fee, and then people thought it was ridiculous that I didn't throw up in the car. Why am I being charged because I left candy wrappers in the seat? I mean, yeah, you shouldn't have done that, but is it $200 worth? No, but it did stop the car from moving for a couple minutes, so they eventually came out with a lower fee, and this is about where they were, and I assume still are, because I haven't heard any people screaming and complaining about Uber. So
with Uber, I guess it's their policy that when you agree to the app, that you're agreeing to these charges as well ahead of time. Is that correct?
Yep. And those go straight to the driver because they're the ones that had to clean it up, and you took them off the road. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Yeah. So this will be interesting to see. There's no real with the current fleet that's on the road. There hasn't been much talk of people leaving messes in the car. There's really not been a lot of discussion about it.
Oh, I see. There's not been a lot of active discussion, but there've been a couple. That's how I was able to do my little aside when it happened the first time. Just don't be dirty. You leave the car the way you want it to be found when you get to it.
All right. Hey, Brian, if you want some content for your own YouTube channel, you should go to Austin and leave a huge mess and see what happens. Film it all.
Then he'll never get invited to
$150. Spend some time on 6th Street.
Maybe you should pay somebody else to take the ride for you, so you're not getting kicked out of the crowd.
There you go. Yeah, so Patrick will sponsor you, and then you can sponsor Patsy, and it comes full circle. Yes.
Good times.
So this is going to be something that is going to be handled by
that's exciting.
The owners of the vehicles, right? So initially, the autonomous ones we believe will be cybercabs. Those are what will be put on the road. And as Patrick mentioned, we believe that these cybercabs will eventually maybe end up at a service center to do the first cleanings. There won't be an automated machine in every metropolitan area to start with. There's probably going to be some human intervention required at the beginning, but it will be interesting to see if these vehicles get highly used, and if we start to see people complain about people leaving messes behind, because. As Casey mentioned with Uber, obviously it happens, and it happens all the time with the Uber fleet. So I got to believe that Cybercab's going to experience this as well.
Yep. It was the point on Uber where we would just, rather than just, there was a time where you could just do it and they take your word for it, and then they wanted pictures, and then some unscrupulous people were sending pictures of like. So they started reading the data of the picture to make sure it was the right, timestamp and everything. And then sometimes you'd have like I guess somebody was a repeat offender, so they would take their own pictures. But then again, same thing. Okay, well they sent one that said it was good, and then they sent the same picture 3 times in a row. This was a Honda Civic. That's a Toyota Camry. Come on now.
Yeah.
So they check you on both sides.
Okay.
I wonder if they'll do it automated, since they've got the interior camera, so they know who did it, and they've got the ultrasonic sensors, so they can kind of see how it was going. I'm hoping that you don't have a case of. I mean, I guess they can't do anything about the smell, but you don't have a case where you open the door or the door opens for you in the cyber cab in that case, and it's like, whoa, I'm not sitting in that. I don't think
there are ways to get rid of smell. I mean, that's one of the reasons they charge you $150 for smoking in the car is they have to do ionization stuff or whatever they have to do to get rid of those smells.
Right. I was saying that was with their minimal sensor approach. I don't know how they would know the car has a smell if they didn't catch you in the act of making a smell.
Well, I'm sure that the driver, or sorry, the passenger is given the ability in the app to put some sort of a notation of how they found the vehicles in condition when they got in,
right?
Or an area where they could put in a complaint of sorts.
Okay, I'm not getting in that car. Or this one wasn't up to standard, but I rode anyway because I was late to work. Those I see happening, but I'm what I'm hoping that we see is in the the cyber cab. I'm hoping that for a good many of these messes that it. I don't necessarily think that it needs to go get vacuumed after every ride, but there should be some way for it to tell the minor messes, the $50 that, hey, let me go get this taken care of before I present myself to a customer.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, Lee. That's what I'm thinking. Is like, you open the door and it's like, that doesn't look safe.
I'm not interested in taking that risk. Exactly. Yeah. Next, let's talk about rentals. We touched on this previously, where Tesla has started to roll out the ability to rent vehicles from them for a day or more. And it looks like they've filed now the paperwork in Michigan to start it in that state. And they're preparing, it looks like, to launch that service in Michigan. Well, it's not live at this point. The filing states that Tesla is actively working to broaden access after a strong and early demand in California. So they wanted to open up to other states. And just for a reminder, the pricing of this is basically for a Model 3 or Y, it's $60 a day. For a Cybertruck, it's $75 a day. And for an S or an X, it's $90 a day. Yeah. So that's pretty reasonable when it comes to pricing of a rental car.
And that includes free supercharging.
Yeah.
And FSD.
Nice.
That is really cool.
So this is an expansion of the pilot program they were doing for test drives, basically, like extended test drives.
Yep.
Okay.
And or they even have you can treat it up to $250 of your rental can apply to a purchase if you were using it as a test drive.
Wow. That's right. So you're getting almost a coupon for $250, minus, of course, what you spent on that daily rental. But if you buy a car within 7 days, that applies.
I like that.
Which makes the rental effectively free.
Yep.
Right.
Cool.
Any good test drive would be.
Yeah, and now that Hertz is backed out of having a huge Tesla fleet, Tesla can just step in and do it themselves. I mean, that's great. I don't travel a lot, but when I do, and if I have to rent a car, I always try to get an EV, and they were impossible to find the times I was looking for them. So if I could instead just get one from Tesla, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
The only issue here is how readily available are they at the ports where people come in, like an airport?
Right.
If so you have to take a taxi to a Tesla dealership that may or may not be close to the airport. That you could run into issues that way.
Well, hopefully we get boring tunnels at all the airports that can take you right to a Tesla rental spot.
Nice.
I can dream, can't I, Mark?
Exactly.
Well, hey, maybe FSD will be ready by the time your next trip is on, and you'll be able to just open the app and summon a car.
Oh, that would be cool if they combine it with, if they have an FSD or a RoboTaxi fleet, and you can just say no, just send me my rental instead of a ride. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
We'll come pick you up.
Would. Now, Tesla hasn't announced the date for the start in Michigan, but again, with the filing of information, with the Michigan state authorities, obviously it's thought it should be coming soon, but we don't actually have a date. So if you're out there and you discover that it's happening, let us know in the comments or send us a note on our X feed at the Tesla Life is our handle there. I think it's only California currently as well. So Michigan is kind of an interesting second state to go into. They may have filed with other states, it's just that we haven't received any information on that as well. So that could be the case.
I assume that both of these are states that have Tesla insurance as well, because you'd have to have that vehicle insured somehow.
Do they insure themselves with Tesla insurance, or do they insure themselves with their corporate policy?
Oh, I don't know. Good. Yeah. All right.
I remember when I worked at Amazon, we weren't really allowed to buy stuff from Amazon. We had to buy it from a particular catalog that was like HR friendly.
Oh, weird. Huh.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was an accounting thing. It made sense. I didn't like it because it was stupid, but it made sense.
Yeah, so I don't know how they're handling insurance on that. Because normally when you rent a car, there's you can opt for additional insurance coverage if your own insurance doesn't cover it, however you want to file that. So, yeah, I don't know how that's going with these rentals.
Yeah.
It will be interesting to see with, I think that if they could get it linked to the airport somehow, I think they would really up the value of this package. You'll have many people, as Patrick mentioned, flying into town looking for a Tesla. Great, let's connect with this. We'll skip over Hertz and Thrifty and just jump right into the car I want to drive anyways.
Yeah,
I think
I'd like one right now.
Exactly.
With my repair coming up, they're like, hey, yeah, we've provided you with large SUV. I'm like, have you provided me with fuel? We don't provide gas. I'm like, well, I don't pay for gas. I don't pay for electricity. I mean, I do pay for electricity, but not for the car. Because, I recharge it with solar, and I've got.
I have an extension cord, and I just go wherever there's an open plug. I never pay for electricity.
No, not like that. I charge it on solar, and then when I am on the road, I've got supercharging for free.
I'm joking.
I think that's a part of making me whole, and they think that normal people pay for fuel, and I'm like, well, that's not making me whole because I'm not a normal people.
That's right. That's not the norm anymore for us, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, let's wrap this up a little bit early this evening. I wanted to ask the both of you, what are your plans for New Year's Eve after the broadcast? How are you going to ring in the new year, I guess is my question. Casey, what's happening with you?
Well, my wife's got a coupon she wants to use, so I need to go drive her around to that. And I've already set the car up to use its new power plan because our rate must go away. Instead of legally is no longer required to be maintained. And then I need to, before I go to sleep, I need to set up the rest of the house to go on and off of our third-party battery to match these rates because, I don't want to pay 4 times the price of electricity. So.
Very good. Patrick?
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to go get some pizza. We have some friends coming over, and we'll watch the ball drop, and we'll probably do it 3 hours early just because. Then we can all, pop the champagne, have a couple drinks, and then say goodbye. Get out of my house.
Yeah.
Get them out before 2026 officially. Yeah, exactly. I'll definitely I'll be tuning into a movie and be watching the ball drop on television and get some snacks ready. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, I would say it's not until I finish that programming, but thankfully it's not in Fortran or COBOL, so I'll be all right if I manage to put in the schedule of when it's expensive. For those on audio only, I'm responding to Brian asked, is your house Y2 2026 compatible?
That's
your
funny.
client? Yeah.
Y2 not K. Oh, I like Lee's idea, the Tesla Light Show. So I haven't seen the new Light Show yet in person from my vehicle, so I might go try that out after it's dark, which is going to be any minute now.
Yeah,
There you go.
exactly.
Yeah, we might do that as well. Just the same old, but my baby loves it, so.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not
Brian
the baby,
says
the
he's
toddler.
driving to Portland for the drone show that I guess
That
is
sounds like
happening
real
in
fun
Portland
right there.
area. That'd be fun to see, I'm sure.
It's
what else?
funny. I'm way closer to it than Brian, and he's driving down to see it, and I'm like, I don't leave my house.
I thought you were going to say at least you're going up to the roof with a pair of binoculars, and you'll see the drone show too.
Yeah, I probably could, and I still won't. That roof is way up there.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's cold out
so
there.
those in the chat room, what are you going to be doing? Let us know as we talk about some closing credits. Casey, what do you got for us for the crowd?
Well, definitely want to go ahead and remind you guys that we've got our Tesla Life Express shows coming up, and this is a good reason to remind you to subscribe and hit the bell, because if you noticed last week, we had 3 of our Express shows, and catch me on Sunday over at Let's Chat with Casey and Friends. You never know who will show up. We've had, over the last year, we've had definitely everybody in this room has been through. We had Lee, not on screen, but we had Lee come through. We had Anders come through. We had Brian on screen. We had all these guys on screen. We had both Patrick and Mark, and you never know who else. There were some others, and they were a blast as well. We had Marcus, and then we had a bunch of folks in the first-time caller, long-time listener side stream chats. I love that. And so we had a bunch of actual first-time callers, and then, of course, a bunch of our regulars. And let's see. Derek says he's sleeping. And Lee says, thanks for making 2025 a great year. And
Anders says, I got to go to sleep soon because it's 1:43 a.m.
Oh, my goodness. Happy New Year, Anders.
Happy New Year.
Yes.
Patrick, what do you got for shout-outs?
Well, let's put a wrap on 2025 and a wrap on episode number 444 is lucky in some cultures, some Native American cultures, the 4-color wheel, some African cultures. I think it's lucky. So let's have a prosperous 2026. And let's see what else. Definitely stay tuned for our next Express show, because I'm going to be doing some conjecture. I think that there is a major refresh coming for SNX, and I go through why I think that's going to be the case. And I'm especially curious what Brian thinks. I know that this is a low probability conjecture, but I have some reasons. So stay tuned and let me know what you think about that. As always, I'm with the Oregon Electric Vehicle Association. You can find us at oeva.org, and I blog occasionally at carswithcords.net. My final posting for 2025 is about the 3 gentlemen that received a Nobel Prize for their work in creative destruction analysis throughout history and culture, and how important it is to be innovative. So that's how I wrapped the year at the blog. So check that out. And because that's where I write about my future free from fossil fuels, and their work in creative destruction will help get us there.
Nice.
Very good. Very good. Well, thank you, everyone, for joining us again. Happy New Year to everyone watching and listening. Really appreciate you being here through 2025, and we look forward to being back with you in 2026. With that said, we'll get together next year, and find out what's happening in the Tesla life.
Yeah. I tried to make the fireworks happen, but it says it did it, and I don't see them.
Stay positive. Test negative.
What about the lasers? Laser work still? No.
Thank you, Lee Boone.
Thank you, Lee.